Going to discuss about spectrometer. Already you know that spectrometer. Now I am telling that the spectrum is the optical instrument used to study spectra of different sources of the light and to measure the refractive index of the material, right? So it consists basically the three parts. One is a collimator, prism table and telescope. You see this is the collimator. This is the collimator, this is the prism table, this is the telescope. Okay, first you are adjust that three parts: collimator, prism table and telescope. First you must be arrange it. Okay, you check it. After that you are doing the experiment, right? Okay, next first the collimator. How to your collimator you are arranged? You see, the collimator is under arrangement to produce the parallel beam of the light. The parallel beam of the light vardan check pannom. It consists of the long cylindrical tube. You see that the parallel of the beam idhilinde start aagi indha valiya varum. Through the collimator. It's a center of. Okay. So that consists of the long cylindrical tube. This is the center of the long cylindrical tube with a convex lens. Here having to the convex lens at the inner end and a vertical slit. So is the inner. Here having to the convex lens. So here the vertical slit. Here vertical slit or move the screw adjustment panna is coming to the outer end of the tube. It's a vertical slit. It's the outer end of the tube. The cylinder tube outer end. Okay. So then the lens the distance between the slit and the lens can be adjusted at the slit in the focus of the lens. So you have to focus and adjust. Okay. Then slit is kept the facing source of the light. So the width of the slit can be adjusted. So already width it's adjust. Okay, here having the screw. No, the screw is moving means that space thin and thicker the coming to that slit. Okay, wow. So you are adjust that width. Okay, wow. The collimator is rigidly fixed to the base of the instrument. Okay. Next one, prism table. The prism table upward and backward you are moving to the prism table. Okay. So that the prism table is used to mounting the prism, the grating. So here you are keeping to the prism and mounting prism and grating also you are keep it here only upon that prism table. Okay. It consists the two circular metal disc. Here having to the circular. So here having to the two circular disc provide. So the three leveling the screw. Here having the 1, 2 that back side only. The three screw having to. It can be rotated about the vertical axis passing through the center. It is a position can be read with the vernier V1 and V2. The prism table can be raised or lower and can be fixed on the desired light. You see that this is the prism table. So the table here having to know the here and here. The left side having to one vernier calibers. Here also vernier reading scale, vernier scale. Here are the straightly the opposite side having to the vernier scale. Okay, they are taking to the reading that one. So next one, telescope. So this is the telescope. You are moving to the right side and the left side you are moving and taking to the reading. That also you are arranged it. The telescope is astronomical type. It consists of the eyepiece provide to the cross wires. So that the telescope inside having to that cross wire. Okay, that one end. That cross wire you are keep that when coming to that slit you are properly you are arranged to that you are keep it on that the slit the wire on the slit you are make them. Okay, or make it. Okay, so end of the object the lens other end. The distance between the objective lens and the eyepiece can be adjusted so that the telescope form the clear image at the cross wires when the parallel beam of the collimator inside on it. Okay, the telescope attached to the arm which the capability rotate of the same vertical axis in the left side and both sides here moving that. So next adjustment of the spectrometer. The four adjustment having. So adjustment of eyepiece. The telescope is turned towards on the illuminate of the surface and the eyepiece is moved to on the moved to and fro until the backward and cross where you are moving to. So adjustment the telescope. So telescope is adjust the receive the parallel rays by turning it towards distance object and the adjustment in the distance between the object lens. So eyepiece get the clear image in the cross wire. Okay. So next to collimator. So next adjustment is a collimator. The collimator, the telescopes are brought along with the axis line with the collimator. The slit of the collimator illuminated by the source of the light. Okay. The distance between the slit and the lens of the collimator is adjusted until the clear image for the slit seen in the screw, cross wire and telescope. Okay. The cross wire. We see the cross wire, the clear image there. Since the telescopes already adjust the parallel rays, well they defined as the image of the slit can be formed. Okay. So next is leveling the prism table. The prism table adjust or leveled to be the horizontal position by means of the leveling screw and the split level. You are using to the split level. You are keep your the prism table, the split level. Keep it on. Keep it the prism. The split level. Keep it on the prism table. It's a correctly. It's a center of that. It's a correctly the circle that. What is a? It's a correctly only. It's a your check you are using to the split level. Okay. So next determination. So two determination you have to find out. One is the angle of the prism. Another one is the angle of the minimum deviation. So you see that first angle of angle of deviation. Okay. Sorry, angle of prism. So for two you are find out that one is the angle of prism. Another one is the angle of minimum deviation. The prism is placed on the prism table within the refractive edges facing collimator. The slit illuminated by the sodium light. The parallel rays coming from the collimator fall on the two spaces. They fall on to the coming to the collimator. It's through the slit coming to the collimator through the collimator, and it's here. The prism is a reflect here touch and reflected to the two surface. The two face is a reach that light, and then what happened that the fall on that space AB and BC. The fall on that AB and BC. The telescopes rotated the position T1 until the image of the slit formed by the reflection of the space. Right? The AB is made of the coincide with the vertical cross wire. The slit you are going to the left side means that slit you are find out as taking the you are coincide to the vertical cross wire. So the telescope. So now we are taking to the vernier reading. The same like to that right side also. Right. So difference between these two reading gives the angle rotated by the telescope, which is twice the angle of the prism. Off of this the value. The simultaneously also that rotating to the tables or the prism table also. The times you are getting to the slit. Okay. So this is the half of value. This half values gives the angle of the prism A. Right. If we have to find out the A. So next we have to find out the D. The angle of the minimum deviation. The prism placed on the prism table to that light itself from the collimator for the refracting the face, and the refracted the image observed through the telescope. Okay. The prism table is rotating the table angle deviation of the increases. Deviation is the increases. What happened? You see that telescope you are moving to that one side that the rays the slitting that and move and coming that place you are keep it and you are taking to the reading and taking to the left side reading. So next you are same like to that you are moving to that telescope only you are moving to and take to that reading. The when that slit is here moving and move and come back out. So moving to the forward moving and come back that pace you are and you are captured to the slit and take to the reading. Okay, wow. That you are noted to the vernier B. So vernier A left side will right side you are noted and you are calculate that reading. You are find out that reading. So now you are put that formula N equal to sin A plus B by 2 by sin A by 2. The refractive index of the liquid may be the determine the same. This is we are find out the last class. So what is this? Refractive index. Okay, so using that halo the prism filled with a given liquid. The spectrometer explained or discussed in the practical given the volume 1 of this book. Okay, thank you children.